Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome back to another episode of Wrath and Story. I'm the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, the Flexible Demeanor, and it is my pleasure to document the many adventures of J. Jones, Andrew Dickinger, and their Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez. When you last left them, our boys struck first against the rival Baron Scourge by killing one of his emissaries, if you could even call them that. With their enemies baited, that long-gestating plan is finally in motion. They hope to ambush the Baron at the Eldari Temple with help from the native rock monsters, and claim the water deal for themselves. But will the Baron truly show himself? Do all plans survive contact with the enemy? Let's find out.
All right, Daniel, I've turned you back on. We've made it back to the temple. All of our people...
the outskirts of the temple, I would say.
Yeah, well, all of our people are at least in position, and by all of our people, I mean 3 of them.
Yes, which is the only people we require to take down a diabolical rogue trader and whatever idiots he brings along with him.
Is he really a rogue trader? I mean, he's kind of more of a pirate that sort of stole the position.
Like a pirate warlord. But I mean, isn't that really a rogue trader, though, at the end of the day?
I wouldn't say that in front of Captain Hart.
Yeah, Daniel, can you redact some of this information that I've just shared?
I don't think Hardin listens to this.
That's probably true. He's probably got better things to do.
Look, I don't think a lot of people listen to this. Hardin's definitely not listening to this.
He might have it flagged, though, occasionally for when his name gets mentioned. Maybe I shouldn't have said his name. Did I just mess us up?
Yeah, probably. It doesn't matter.
Oh, is he name searching? Ooh, gross. That's not a good look.
So
we didn't tag him.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't tag him. As long as we don't hashtag Hardin, then we're fine.
Did you just hashtag Hardin by saying
no,
hashtag
I mean, that doesn't
Hardin?
automatically transcribe, does it? The hashtag?
I'm pretty sure there's an Imperial Scribe that transcribes all of this.
Hashtag no Hardin. Hashtag boring. Hashtag...
Wait, no, Hardin's going to think he's boring.
No sex. What? You know, all the things that you're searching for, right? When you're in the systems? Not me, of course. I don't mess around with any of that stuff. Listen, let's get this plan going on. So I guess the one linchpin of this plan is we want to
have the rock people
fight for us.
So we're just to get the lay of the land. So we got everything set up.
Well, we got Guybrush. He's up on that rock over there. I'm just gonna wave at him.
Manbrush is on the more important rock because we can't rely on Guybrush.
Yeah, of course. These are perfect definitions of the lay of the land. Everyone's gonna understand exactly where we are. And Barnaby, of course, is sneaking up behind the Eldari Temple. You don't think there's any traps back there, right? Like old Eldari traps?
Do we care?
No, he just wishes there were. So Barnaby.
I'm trying to think. What could it be, right?
Wait. So what is worse?
Creative ways.
A want of harm or indifference?
Want of harm. I think active.
Well, hold on. What about curiosity? Isn't that a positive thing?
Curiosity of harm?
Right? I mean, we're learning about different cultures.
What in the world, in the galaxy, makes you think that curiosity is a good thing in everything that we've experienced so far?
Jay, your curiosity has gotten us into a lot of bad situations.
Yeah,
hold on. It's not like you haven't been curious about things, too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let's air all this out right now. Our curiosity issues are out of control. Mostly Daniel's, not mine. Now,
Mr. Supposedly maybe never Darkstar, totally gonna be.
Yeah, you got so curious you became like an evil sun man.
That's Atris's fault. Look, I can't. It's not.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Whoa, deflection.
Jeez, this is Atris's fault, huh?
Look, the sins of the fathers. Okay, I was made by an evil inquisitor. Okay, I'm doing my best to resist, but there's always a little bit there.
You know what? And he's right because I also technically was made by Atris. So anything that I do that is wrong is probably his fault. I'm on Daniel's side. Andrew, what's your excuse?
Well, I mean, I guess you could technically say that all of my angst and anger is Atris's fault because he's the one responsible for making me lose all of my limbs. So, I mean...
So we've agreed. Anything that we do wrong is not our fault. It's Atris's.
The guy we killed?
I mean, Yeah, I'm glad.
Well, I guess
clearly-
you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't, but I would have if I was there.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
no.
I would
I'm
have
sure you
totally
would've.
done the whole.
No, that was therapeutic. I mean, it was meant to be.
God, I wish I was there. I mean, I guess I was. I was in a tube
In
somewhere.
spirit, but
I get it. Anyways, we guess have to get these rock monsters on our side. Maybe don't start
yeah,
with the
because
word
I
rock
have
monster.
the sensors have shown that they are starting to land. Baron Scourge, the Squire, has started to land. Looks like a pair of landing craft are coming over here.
Okay, that's
gonna
good.
be
I mean, there aren't really good landing spots though, so he'll have to hike his way up a little
And
bit.
hey, upside, maybe he lands on a rock monster, and this whole thing just goes off naturally.
no,
right?
he's probably going to land right next to the fluffy demeanor or the remnants of the fluffy demeanor and be so confused.
Well, good. That means he's got a long walk ahead of him, and I'm sure he is not as charismatic as I am. So
He's a space pirate captain. He's clearly never seen something so fluffy in his life.
that's true. It's all a lot of hard edges and non-pillows up
Probably
there.
sleeps on a metal bed.
It's a tough life. A lot of wood, a lot of splinter action going on up there. Pretty rough. But speaking of, I thought we were gonna. What happened to Mark Alexander? He didn't join us for this mission. I forget why he said he didn't want to come.
He very blanketly said, "I am the pilot. I'm staying with the ship."
That does make
There
sense.
is a space battle going on.
Oh,
up in
that's
the,
true.
Up
I
in
mean,
the sky right now.
I don't know. It sounded more suspiciously like I'm gonna stay with the ship so that if it all goes bad, I can just get out of here really.
I don't know why you
quickly.
think that though. We're very competent.
Look, I'm just saying that a space battle is also extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if there was sound in space, we'd hear the explosions going on.
But
like,
there's
up there
not.
Right now.
Yeah.
There's not. No,
It's
in
crazy.
space, no one can hear you scream. I've been told.
Except for demons, you can still hear demons screaming.
Yes,
in space.
but they
What's
break
up
the
with
laws of physics. But like,
Funny little characters. I feel like we're losing the plan here. What is the plan again? Oh,
do we have a plan?
yeah, of course we do.
that? Jay, go talk to the rock monsters.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Should we call them rock people instead of rock monsters?
They
rock
can't
people.
understand me.
Hey, they can understand me. I mean, my emotions and my hand gestures and my overall, aura. I've got a pleasant aura about me. I believe that's why they really connect.
Yeah, sure. Go over and talk to them.
Sure, this will be easy. If it doesn't go well, though,
We hide and then wait for the rock monsters to then attack them anyway, and then we kill them all, including the rock monsters.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some of this gravel. I'm just going to heave it on top of me. Hold on, just get a little bit more over here. All right, do I look like I've got some dirt and gravelly stuff all over me? Do I look good?
You know, you may have just put, like, literally the remnants of their ancestors on top of your
What?
body.
Do you think that's what
as
this
trophies.
is? No. This couldn't be a rock monster burial ground, is it?
They literally form their young out of the area around us.
I think they'll think it's pretty neat. All right, so I'm going to step out from behind this rock because I guess we should talk about how close we are. We're about 15 meters from the Eldari temple,
Yeah, very close.
behind a couple boulders. I'm gonna slip out around a couple of these and approach some of these rock people. So I step out. Daniel, what do I see around the outskirts? Not the outskirts, but just outside of this Eldari temple where we originally were.
It's the same thing that you saw before. There's a small army of these rock people. Maybe more of just like a platoon. Look, I don't know what the numbers are for military units. There's about 40, 50 of them. It's hard to tell where they trade off and whatnot.
My God. Okay. Are they all big or some small or?
Oh, I should probably note that there's about 8 of the big ones.
Okay.
The other ones are
I
smaller.
imagined for a half a second there. I couldn't see very clearly with all this gravel and dust in my eyes, but when you said 40, I was like, 40 giant rock monsters. We are in good hands or bad hands, depending on how this goes.
Man, we don't know how aggressive the little ones are. They could be more aggressive.
That's true. All right. Hello again, everyone. It is it's so good to return here and see all of you. Sorry, I had something all over me. How are you doing? Should I make a persuasion roll?
Yeah, difficulty 7.
Is it still though? They remember me, right?
You definitely left on not a great foot.
I didn't leave on bad terms. I just didn't leave on great.
That's why it
terms.
hasn't gotten any worse.
Ah.
You literally evened it out so that you have no longer any bonuses.
Yeah, boy. Here we go. Well, I'm rolling 8 dice for this, so this should be easy. Oh boy. Here we go. That's a lot of 6s.
I see 3 6s from here.
That is okay. I have 6. You said 7?
Yeah.
And I can convert a 6.
Okay, the rock creatures are attentive to you. While they seem not to, one of them reaches down and like brushes a lot of the rocks off of you.
Oh yeah, I don't know where that came from. Sorry, it's just a little windy up here.
I knew it.
But they seem to be like looking at you a little bit. Seem to be attending to you. They're all sort of surrounding you as you're talking.
I will say that when the first one came up to me, like, I wanted to run, but my body immediately froze. Just like, oh, this is how I die. This is how I go. And then he just brushed the gravel off of me. Okay. Andrew, it's going all right so far.
I told you shouldn't put the gravel on you.
No, it's fine. So, acquaintances, all of you. I came up here to, one, see all of you again. It's been so good to catch up with all of you. Well, I have some...
It's like later the same day, right? Like, I know time... I feel like it's been weeks, but really, it's just later. We saw them, like, 4 hours ago,
Maybe
probably.
the next day. We don't know.
Who knows how time works?
This planet's weird.
Yeah, you're right. With the rotations of the sun, like, it's hard to keep track of time.
So, I came up here because, one, I wanted to see all of you again, even though we've seen each other recently. I really wanted to loop you all in because I've got some grave news. And I'm, like, waving my hands and trying to make, like, there's a ship coming down here. You're home.
You're doing great.
I know. And they bad. They and I kick a rock on the ground. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was bad guys, and they come to hurt and take. And I point at the water spigot where like the little baby rock monsters come out of.
It's like a geyser, not a spigot.
Sure.
Yeah.
It translates weird when I'm translating it to rock people language. But you come to hurt and take. I and Andrew, can you pop up for a second?
Hello?
Andrew and Guybrush over the and Manbrush and
Barnaby.
Yes, and Barnaby, trusty Barnaby over there, here to help and fight bad people.
The rocks look at each other and begin to rumble at one another.
Okay, I don't know what they're saying, but they are making rumbling sounds.
You didn't like call him. You needed to call him like a pirate rock killer or something.
A pirate rock? I mean, I pointed at the geyser. I pointed at the little rock creatures.
No.
I feel like they know what's going on.
You should have like made it so it seemed like he'd take the little rock ones away.
What?
That's what you wanted to do, wasn't it?
No, that's what he wanted. Daniel, don't throw me under that bus.
You're right, Daniel. It was Andrew's idea. I'm backing this one up as well.
Oh wait, maybe that was Jay. This is a curiosity situation.
It's okay,
I'm sure.
Daniel. I think we can stick with it. So what?
As one of them turns back to you and sort of nods slightly.
All right. So we are here to fight as one of the honorary rock people. We are not as strong and as big and as wise. And I put my hands around like my head to be like big brain.
Pick up two rocks and like push them together, like one referencing yourself, one referencing them.
Yeah, I do that. Me, this rock, you, bigger, stronger rock. We help, we pebbles to your large boulder rocks. And we wish to fill in your ranks and be one of the rock people.
It nods again like it did before.
Guys, this is working so well. And I think we can protect the little ones and this geyser. I can even personally, I will put myself on the line to stand near the geyser and protect it.
It shakes its head no.
Okay, well, let's go in for that, but I guess you can't get everything. So, we should prepare, strength, hide, tactical positions.
You hear the sound of an explosion coming from down the mountain a ways.
And I just point in that direction. Bad, fight rock monsters. That's where they're coming from. We should get in position to defend.
I leave my position and get to a more advantageous spot.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they have to come up the mountain path towards the temple, and if we're behind the temple, we're kind of like
Yeah,
on the
so you're
opposite
actually
side.
in a little basin. So the temple is in like a little basin.
Yeah.
So we didn't really talk about this too much because we were too, fascinated by the huge rock monsters in the temple and stuff. But to actually describe the area around it, there is a small mountain path that leads up. It's a long mountain path, but very relatively small mountain path that leads to the tip of this sort of basin, and then you go down into the basin, and that's where the temple is. So the rock monsters are now sort of forming themselves around like the main entrance to the basin, and you actually see that they're kind of like freezing as if they're like trying to disguise themselves a little
Man,
bit.
These rock monsters are so crafty.
They got it together.
Yeah. Wow. They are solid. Yeah. Like rocks.
Like stones. Stone solid, yes.
I've been calling them rock monsters. Maybe they prefer stone monsters. Gotta get that dialect right. All right, so maybe we should get in position. I'm gonna get basically back towards the Eldari temple and try to get in the doorway, so I have a little bit of cover.
Okay.
And pull out my Ranger long rifle and aim towards the other side of the basin where the entrance is.
Yeah, you've got pretty long range on that, so
Yes,
you should
I
be
do.
good to go.
I'm going to get about 30 or so meters, 20 to 30 meters from the entrance to the basin, and I'm going to stand directly behind one of the biggest rock monsters.
Okay, you're going to use a moving creature as cover.
That's right. It's moving cover. I mean, I feel like they'll be distracted, so then it'll
Yeah, and they
give me
care
an
a lot
advantage.
for your life and safety, so I'm sure they'll, won't swing their arms wildly, and it'll go great.
Technically, I'm made of more straight minerals than you are, so I feel like there's
Well, that's
some
why I'm
sense of
using
family
a
there.
door to protect me. One that doesn't move or swing.
What about us, sirs?
Well, you guys are obviously in your strategic position, so you've got you're up a little bit higher, so you can get a little bit of the high ground on these enemies of ours. I don't know,
wait.
Andrew. You're the dude who knows the military stuff.
Did any of you bring explosives?
No.
Ah, damn it. All right, well, you're going to wait until they clear the pass so they can't escape, and then as soon as the rock monsters engage them, you're going to start firing down on them. Maybe do some cool swinging action. I don't know, there's some vines around there, but...
Wait, so you want us to climb up up on the edge of the basin?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And you see Guybrush and Manbrush both jump down from the rocks they were on near the temple and just start booking it towards the edge of the basin.
Now, Guybrush, I know you've tried to do this in the past, but look at Manbrush. Look at his lead and just follow. The right time to swing.
And clearly, Manbrush makes it up to the concealed position before Guybrush.
Actually, Guybrush makes it there quicker than Manbrush.
Oh.
Manbrush has a little bit of a limp, actually,
man.
because of some of the difficulties that he went through.
It's probably future you, Andrew, that did that to him. That's
what?
rough. I can see how he looks at you, and it all makes sense now.
I don't know what you're talking about. You were the one that was literally hunting them one by one.
Yeah, but at least I was good enough to finish him off. You saw the inside
you
of that
died
weird
in
ship.
one shot to your current self.
Oh, come on. Yeah, but I took out those other people, right?
They're
This
like-
is not the right line of conversation. I do not feel comfortable about
You
this.
hear another pair of explosions, and you hear after those explosions, you hear a deep rumble, sort of shake its way through the mountain a little bit.
Does this feel like Rock Monster Rumble or something
It feels
else?
like a much more intense version of a rock monster rumble, and then it stops.
Does anybody have eyes on where that rumbling might be coming from? Andrew, you got any kind of scanners?
I mean, I'm pretty low down into this basin. I can't see through solid rock.
Manbrush, Guybrush, you got any eyes on anything?
Yeah, it looks like one of the rock sentries tried to stop them, and they killed it.
With what?
Grenades of some sort?
Grenades, conventional weapons. Okay, they probably don't have too many of those, right?
Well, can I actually... can I use my Auspex scanner to scan and see how many of them there are?
Yeah, you could scan for a general idea of what the troops are.
Because they would have to be within 50 meters.
You wait until they're getting into about 50 meters, and then because are you getting to the edge of the basin, or are you still in the?
Well, I was about.
You're near the edge, hiding behind the rock monster
Yeah.
that's about to move, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm basically looking at my Auspex scanner, like one of those things from that old Data Slate Aliens that I really like. That's about killing Xenos and stuff. But
bad Xenos, like bug Xenos, right? Not like good Xenos, like some people you might know.
They definitely look clearly like weird people with pointy ears. But I mean, like,
What?
it's pretty
I
great.
remember that Data Slate differently.
I think in Lord of the Rings.
A lot of Auspex scanners in Lord of the Rings. Legolas, what does your Auspex eyes see?
I put in my own fan version of just.
I was thinking of the Palantir. Sorry.
Yeah, so I just stand there and wait till they come into basically view on the scanner and then try to get an accurate read.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have discussed the rocks around here sort of mess with the scans a little bit. So
yeah, so what is the difficulty of this?
5.
Okay.
I think you'll still be good.
No.
Oh.
That is a tough roll.
I did roll 2 6s, but the rest of it was really bad. I'm going to look at my Auspex scanner. There's lots of them.
You just see one beep, and it's just set to me for some reason.
Beep. Yeah, he's behind us? And I just look.
I just wave at you.
You're not reading it right. And you hear a hearty yar as let's see. Oh, there's about 30 of them running down the edge of the basin.
30 of them? We
Yeah.
only brought 5 of us. Oh my god.
I did say there were a lot of them.
That's like literally 20 times more, right? That's how that adds up. And 20 times
What?
5
No.
close to 30
No, that's
plus
six
5 is
six times
25.
more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And these guys look like hardened frickin' killers. I know we ran into those other pirates earlier with Captain Russell, like Abby, like they sort of dress like a traditional sort of pirate. These guys just look like murderers, just like
real pirates.
just like real
Not fun pirates, but real ones.
just real hard assholes. Just all of these people have probably killed at least 50 people.
That's it's a lot.
All right, Jay, time for pep talk.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Real simple.
Okay.
We've literally fought demons and orcs.
Uh-huh.
They're just people.
Yeah, we've literally killed ourselves. That's a pretty
That's true.
tough task.
right. Good
As
talk.
they are running down, the guy brushes open fire, laying down a little bit of covering fire, and they start. 4 of them peel off and start throwing grenades up near the edge of the cliff to try to flush out the guy brushes.
As soon as any of them get into my line of sight, I want to start taking shots with the Ranger long rifle.
All right. So before you can take a shot, Jay, and you will be able to take a shot at these guys, the rock monsters come alive. And one of them immediately just sort of steps on one of these pirates and squishes them into goo. There are swears and jeers, and they just start firing. And it's a madhouse. It's just a mad melee of death
guns and rocks.
They're guns and rocks, and they have las weapons and chain weapons and grenades and explosives. A couple of them seem to have modified bolters. There's just a whole mess. But it looks like the first wave is upon you. You hear the sounds of chanting coming from a little further down the mountain. There are definitely reinforcements still incoming.
Oh no! I think we definitely miscalculated how many people he would bring with him.
I mean, there's like I said, there's always still the option that if we can't take care of it ourselves, we just evacuate to the ship and then just blow the whole area.
The evacuation site is that way. If we try to climb up the mountain, they're gonna catch us.
I mean, these are details we need to worry about later. We're living in the now.
Yeah, we got this. We
All
got
right.
this.
So what do both of you do in this grand melee that is occurring?
Well,
I mean, Jay, I believe, was saying something before. What are you doing, Jay?
I'm going to be using my distance as long as I possibly can to keep the cover that I have in this darker doorway.
Okay.
And just going to be letting loose with as many ranger shots as I can.
Okay.
my cover is now animate and leaving me.
Yes.
And so I'm going to essentially do a fighting retreat towards the temple.
Okay.
And fire as I fall back.
Okay, so you're just taking some shots.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need both of you guys to make ballistics checks. Difficulty is going to be For you, Jay, to do some successful damage to these guys, the difficulty is going to be 5. For you, Andrew, as you are doing a fighting retreat, difficulty is going to be 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Got a ballistic skill of 10 with my Ranger long rifle. I am aiming, so I get a +2 to that. All right, here we go. Oh my god, that's fantastic.
That's a lot.
Holy crap. Well, so I got a 5 just with 2 dice, 2 6s and a 4, and I still have another 6 that I can convert, and most importantly, I've got a 6 on my Wrath die.
Yeah, you start decimating these guys, just like pot shots to the head, just like they're busy fighting these gigantic rock monsters. This is what they were expecting, rock monsters. They already killed one of them, and they're, like, ready to take out these guys.
And this is like a perfect distraction for a sniper, because
Yeah, exactly.
basically every time any one of them, like, looks the other way towards the temple, like, what's going on that isn't rock monsters? I just want to, like, take one of them out with my, like, laser to the face.
Yes, and you succeed in eliminating 4 of them.
Yes.
Just without even really trying that hard.
Gunning each one down.
Yeah.
That's the sound I make when I fire the gun. I don't know what it actually sounds like.
Do you not listen?
I'm focused. I'm too focused.
I feel like one of the things you should.
I'm
Never
listening
mind.
for their heartbeat, Daniel, so I can watch it. Watch it?
What?
Listen to it stop.
How could you hear it from that far away?
And the Eldar stuff, man.
Wait, what? None of this makes sense.
Yeah, it's everything we know how to do. We all can do this.
As I take shots at them, I'm
Yeah.
literally screaming in my headset, none of this makes sense!
Come on, bolters.
Wow. That's not the best roll. I might use a Wrath die and reroll some of those. But I didn't get anything significant on my...
Okay.
Sorry, I was going to use some Wrath to reroll my dice. I didn't get anything significant on my Wrath dice.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's wrath.
Dang, I missed by 1.
All right. Unfortunately, the this fight going around you. Oh, Jay, you can take that 6 that you rolled on your wrath die to either save Andrew or you get a mystery benefit.
Ooh. Save my only friend or get a mystery benefit.
I mean, clearly he's going to
These
take the
are-
mystery benefit.
I mean, what could it be? Like, could it be another fluffy demeanor? Could it be something miraculous? Like save, like life saving, or like, he gets a scratch.
I'll be fine.
He says he'll be fine.
I'm gonna use it to save Andrew.
I mean, it could be something shiny, though.
I'm using it to save Andrew,
Interesting.
especially because he argued with me about it. Makes it even sweeter. That's right. I'm gonna save your life.
That's what I wanted all along.
Damn it. Damn you, reverse psychology.
As one of them is
These are
about-
thoughts that I have in the split second of me, I guess, shooting someone that was going to shoot him.
Look, we're doing this. The time is weird. Time is weird. Don't think about it. So Andrew is mostly fighting his way out. However, one of them that seems to have gotten free of the melee is getting a bead on Andrew. He's a little bit more obvious in his
really?
blasting
Then the rock monsters?
than the rock monsters. Yeah, he's a little bit more obvious and clanky.
Someone should have put gravel all over themselves. Just saying.
It literally brushed it off as soon as you walked over.
Fair.
But as one is about to get a bead and just light Andrew up, Jay, you notice that and drop him.
Nice. Headshot. Bam.
Also, I want to point out, I'm also, bright red amongst all of the things that are not bright red. There's
This
no
is all-
hiding.
You're wearing, you're still wearing your bright red robes.
Of course I am.
Andrew, come to the shadows, please.
It's not going to help. I've got lights all over me.
Turn the lights off, Andrew.
But then I can't see.
What? It is daytime right now.
It is daytime.
No, I need to see beyond.
Oh, boy.
I need you both to make awareness checks.
I'm going to use my campaign card.
Oh, what?
My campaign card, which is Auspex Scan. Trust in your war gear, and it will never fail you. Which I ironically already have an Auspex Scan. Double Auspex Scan.
My God.
I know all the things.
The multipliers.
What does it do?
What does it do?
I gain-
You're just like, it's just a MacGuffin.
No, it just works. I have +2 dice to awareness test for the rest of the scene.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
That seems very good. The difficulty is another difficult one. It's going to be 7.
Oh boy, I have an awareness of 9.
Hilariously, I maxed out my bonus dice because of my normal Auspex scan, so I have an awareness of 13 right now.
Holy crap! You are just radar incarnate.
Yeah.
All right,
I told you I need to see beyond.
Clearly. All right, 7. Come on. All right, you know what? Look, I've had a lot of good rolls so far, folks. And, sometimes you fail. And then also when you fail, you roll a 1 on your rap die. So take the good, you take the bad.
How many successes did you actually roll?
I think only 2.
All right. Well, I'm going to roll mine now. Okay.
Amazing.
So I passed,
Amazing.
but I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
Yes! We are the best.
But I did pass.
Look, we were doing really well with the plan. I don't know what this
actually-
awareness check is for.
That's cocked. I actually did pass, and I can push a 6. But I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
Yeah, the 1 on your rat die is still a problem.
Does that mean I get,
You
added
still,
awareness?
technically you still pass, but there's an additional complication.
No, you understand the situation that's going on, which is...
Maybe it's better that I don't know what's about to happen.
So, the 30 that were rushing into the basin seem to maybe have been the distraction.
Oh, no.
As...
Goddamn pirates.
This is going perfectly. They're just running right at us.
All right, guys, with a 1 on both of your wrath die, Andrew, you notice with your Auspex scan, and Jay, you notice just with your, sort of team locator device, Barnaby's signal is not showing up anymore.
Wait, hold on. And I start to tap my Andrew. I think there's something wrong with my locator. Barnaby's signal just went out. Is this just can this be disrupted by the basin? That's probably just something like that.
I'm going to tap Enhance Daniel, see if it shows his life signs. What does it read?
Nothing's showing up. He has no life
Andrew,
signs.
what do you got over there? Barnaby, hey, can you hear me, buddy?
There's nothing.
Come on in, buddy. Barnaby?
Jay, I think he's gone.
What are you talking about? Hey, just it's probably just broken. Hit the Andrew, you know what the tech stuff is. It's probably a small button on his side.
Jay, there's a group behind us. We have to
Barnaby,
go back.
there's people behind you. Barnaby, can you hear us?
Running around the side of the temple right at you. They would have gotten the surprise on you, but Andrew, you noticed that this was happening, is the notorious Baron Scourge, the Squire himself, a huge man, more orc than man, with a crooked pirate hat on his head that he seems to be wearing almost ironically, and he's just armed to the teeth. And with him are 2 large lieutenants, I suppose. I'm just assuming that because he seems to like the big uns. And they're also wearing hats. And also 8 other soldiers are with him.
9 total?
No, 10 total with Baron Scourge.
11 total.
We're both good at math.
I meant 10 henchmen and Baron Scourge.
But this is bad.
There is Scourge, his 2 lieutenants, and 8 others.
But what if it was 9, though, instead of 11? Oh,
The
no.
2 lieutenants die of sudden shock.
One of them seems to be injured. He looks like he got hit by a las weapon of some sort.
Barnaby.
They got Barnaby?
Barnaby's gone, Jay.
No. There's just something wrong with the scanner.
Jay,
Hold on
he's
a second.
gone.
There's just something wrong with it.
Get out of my way, or I'll kill you.
And I'm still fiddling with the thing that you've given me, Andrew, because it's not innate to Eldari tech to have something like this that's just on my wrist, and I'm just I'm continuing to tap it, and I'm tapping it harder and harder on the life sign.
Jay,
next to
he's
Barnaby.
gone.
I was kidding. I'm gonna kill you either way.
No. Barnaby.
They have the drop on you. Actually, because I'm going to spend a point of ruin, so they have the drop on you.
Crap. So he's got water pistols, right? And
Just so many water pistols. Gosh, I hope so.
Hope
Hope he's a clown pirate.
They're here with the pillows from the fluffy demeanor. They're just here for a pillow fight.
He's got a chainsword. It looks like his main weapon of choice is a chainsword. It seems like he has a pistol. He actually has a pistol in his other hand, but he seems to favor moving around with a chainsword.
Andrew sees the chainsword and immediately has flashback PTSD. And
Yeah,
then
you've had a rough time with the chainsaw in the
starts
past.
rubbing his stomach immediately.
And what he does is he charges at... who should he charge at?
Well, it's interesting because normally I would say that Jay is hiding at this point, but he's kind of in a panic state.
I'm very distracted. Like, I'm still looking down. Like, my gaze has, like, glanced at, like, I know stuff's going on around me, but I've, like, almost as if, like, the sound has, like, slowly filtered out around me, and I'm just, like, just fixated on this, like, lack of signal under Barnaby's codename.
All right, and this huge man comes bearing down on you, Jay, with the chainsword in his hand. And what's your defense?
My defense is a 3.
Cool.
Am I in the shadows? No. I guess in close combat you don't get anything for being in the
No.
shadows. So yeah, I'm a 3.
Oh, my dude. He hits you, and he rolled a 6 on his wrath die.
Oh no!
You are very distracted.
I am very distracted.
Let's see. Andrew, could you pull up the, go to the combat section?
Go to
For,
critical wounds.
Yeah.
Oh no. This is how I go. Distracted, chainsword to the face.
Let's see. And he has 2 6s to convert. All right, let's roll. Jay, how about you choose the form of your destructor?
You're gonna make me roll for my own critical damage?
Yeah.
It's only fair. I guess since I forget, I don't even think the numbers are in a specific order, so I'm gonna make the wrath die the large number.
Okay.
Here we go. 34.
All right, I guess I'll read it out.
Yeah, you can read it out. Go
Great,
for
we're
it.
doing this together.
Yeah, it's a team. It's a team effort.
Savage attack. This assault leaves the opponent a mangled mess.
What?
Slashing, burning, breaking, or ripping into them with violent force. Effect. Target suffers 1 mortal wound. If the target survives, they immediately acquire a memorable injury, possibly a chainsword wound across the stomach. And
Twinsies, yay! So I take 1 mortal wound.
1 mortal wound, yes, straight
Great.
away.
So I'm down to
and
7.
we'll-
so I'm
after-
down to 6 wounds.
Yeah, after combat, we'll figure out exactly what your distinctive wound is. And let's...
So he just comes down completely distracted and just
Yeah.
slashes right across me.
only one of those converted. So...
Oh, good.
You take 9 damage from the chainsword and the 1 mortal wound.
Okay, so I take the mortal wound, so I go down to 6. I actually have a resilience of 10 because of my heavier Eldari armor that I picked up.
Good thing you got this heavy armor. He's not used to fighting foes in heavy armor. He's going to have to switch up his tactics.
But he hits me hard enough that it, like, cracks some bones and leaves, obviously, a irreparable mark on my body and, like, sends me back.
Yes.
does it have any pen, the chainsword?
No, the chainsword actually has a pen 0.
Oh, but it's probably just...
Forgot to
what?
rev it. Got to rev the bad boy.
Yeah.
Just got too excited.
Oh, you don't have a chainsword.
I have a shock maul.
You have
Sir.
a shock ball. Yeah. I was going to say, what about your chainsword? But you don't have a chainsword. Okay. Now, I'm going to assume Andrew's going to go.
Well,
yeah.
I'd like...
or Jake could go. I
I'd
don't
like
ca-
to go here real quick.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
And just basically like how this all plays out in like a very
Yeah.
quick sequence is like I'm just staring at like the absence of the light on my screen and I'm just focused on it and I just hear like kind of like muffled sounds behind and like this like whining noise in the background and then like I just feel strangely like I was a piece of shit to Barnaby. That's not... And as I'm thinking it, like, this just thwack, like, right into the side of me and, like, just sends the wine, like, blood shooting to my head, like, inside of me as, like, I reel back and, like, look at this guy. And I'm going to use a campaign card. Just, again, like, hearing the whine in the back of my head of, like, looking at the screen, the absence of, like, Barnaby and thinking, like, throwing smoke bombs and getting his name wrong so many times and, like, looking at this guy with, I assume, on his chainsword, there's, like, blood on it.
Yeah.
But it's not my blood. And my eyes narrow, and I just feel like my blood start to boil, and I just scream at this guy. and I'm going to use the campaign card called Wrath of Mars. Now, this is specifically around Witness the Omniscience Fury. I'm not a tech priest, so I'm going to put a little asterisk on this, and if I
Totally
need to
fine.
spend something, is more of Wrath of Eldari.
Yeah.
And I have in the past, and we have seen that I have, in the future, developed certain things that might lead to what is potentially psychic possibilities. And even though I have no idea how to do any of that kind of stuff, I'll say that because of all of this rage, and because of what happened to Barnaby, and because this son of a bitch just hit me with a fucking sword, I am going to look at him, narrow my eyes, and use the Wrath of the Eldari, and just an instinctual, blood-curdling blast ripples out at me into him. And this also hits any attackers in front of me as well, this Wrath of Mars, a.k.a. Wrath of Eldari.
Could you read the text
It
on the
says,
card?
so make a short statement regarding technology or machine spirits.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to say something shortly, not about technology or machine spirits.
It's fine.
And I'm going to select 2 enemies because of my tier. I'm tier 2. In sight, and the targets immediately suffer a combat complication appropriate to their war gear. Add 1 glory. So I do gain a glory.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it to Desquire and one of his lieutenants.
Okay.
And basically, without any sort of prose or, grace to this statement, I just narrow my eyes at him, I am gonna fucking kill you!
What the heck just happened to Jay? My sensor can't handle it. I.
Thanks for listening to this grim, dark tale. I'm sorry that cut out so suddenly. I'm not sure what happened there. I am sad to hear of the fate of Barnaby, and it seems our boys, especially Jay, are not taking it too well. Will this, what I assume, unnatural display of psychic might turn the tides in their favor? Or is this the end of our boys? Tune in next time to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a Servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. And if you've enjoyed this episode, why not leave us a rating and review on iTunes? It would be most appreciated. Our theme song was composed by Kyle Fryer. You can check out his music on SoundCloud. Music in this episode was produced by Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com. You can find the track listing and credits in the show notes. Are you interested in more episodes of Wrath and Story? And I don't mean what we have here on our regular feed. I'm talking about secret episodes. I'm talking about bonus adventures. Well, for more content and these bonus episodes, check out our Patreon. Every pledge helps to support the show and unlock new and exciting opportunities. And if you're looking for another actual play podcast with plenty of humor and adventure, check out Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Wrath and Story, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. There you may recognize the familiar voice of Jay Jones, and occasionally you'll hear Andrew and Daniel drop by the show as well, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. And if you have any questions for Daniel and the boys, send them an email at wrathandstory@gmail.com. That's with the "and" spelled out. We may even answer them on one of our next episodes, so stay tuned. Until next time, goodbye.